35th richest man in America is getting a divorce soon. His name is Harold Hamm, and he is oil rich. He actually started an oil company back in the 60s, and then he got married to his second wife, the one that he's divorcing now, in the 80s. Now, they've been married for 25 years, and he is worth $11 billion. They did not get a prenup when they got married.
Oops.
So, of course, this could be the most expensive divorce in U.S. history.
Damn. That's a mistake that's going to sting. And look, prenup's a tough thing, and apparently she helped with the business significantly. So bless her heart, 25 years is not small potatoes. This is not a hit and run. This is not some sort of, trophy wife that came in when the guy's like 82 and, stayed with him for a year and a half. No, they built a marriage and a life together. And so there's a lot of justice in her taking half. And he's a fracker, so frack him anyway.
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness. Look, this is what I think that it should not be a strict 50-50 ruling, that they should have judgment calls. But if I was the judge in a case like this, I think I'd be leaning in her favor because, apparently she had a lot to do with the company and they built a life together.
Yeah, definitely. If you build a life together, if you are supportive of your husband's business, if you play a role, I think you do deserve 50%. Now, of course, all that evidence needs to be provided before they make a decision. Actually, that evidence in this current system doesn't need to be provided because as long as you've been married without a prenup, whatever, you get 50%.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying in her case that she should get 50%. You could make a judgment call on that. Maybe it's 30%. But what difference does it make? At a 30%, she still have what, like $1 to $3 billion, depending. He owns 68% of the company. Depends on how you divvy up his wealth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's plenty.
Yeah, I know that we get into these rants often, but I hate the fact that we have a system where we have a huge number of people that are living in poverty, like living off food stamps and stuff like that. And then like this dude is just hanging out with like $11 billion, and he's only the 35th richest person in the country. Come on.
No, look, the thing is, so it's not just you go and take his money. No, of course not, right? But could he afford a tax rate that's a little higher? Of course he could. Look, you'd have to be the world's biggest jackass to spend $1 billion in your lifetime, let alone $11 billion. No. And the tax rates can be graduated. So it doesn't mean that if you make over $250,000, boom, you're at 50%, 70%. No, but if you make over $1 million, it could be a little higher. If you make over $10 million a year, $100 million a year, it could be a little higher and a little higher. And if I made $100 million a year, I think that, I'm guessing that I would be comfortable with a rate that was a little higher.
Totally.
Come on, because you know that you don't need it as much as you did when you were making $50,000 a year. Everybody knows that. But these guys, they want to keep it, and so there's a little bit of, irony here and a little bit of schadenfreude. Always go, oh, are you going to be all right? Oh, you wanted to lower, of course this guy's a Republican. Oh, you want to lower and lower tax rates so you keep more of your money. How'd that work out for you?
He was the energy advisor for Romney during his presidential campaign, and Romney was like so worried about the criticism he would get that he didn't want to hang out with him in public places.
Yeah.
But this was the guy that was advising Romney on energy.
And by the way, as a Republican, I'm sure he was in favor of family values, the man who's now been divorced twice.
And by the way, got caught cheating, which is why his wife is divorcing him.
He got caught drilling in all the wrong places.
Oh, yeah.